I worked at a call center while waiting on some better employment opportunities. My work was about 40 miles away from my home, and my shifts didn't end until 10:30 at night. The road I take to get there is fairly isolated, with a few places to turn off and fewer houses, just long, winding stretches for miles. One night, as I made my drive out of town, I noticed a car turn and begin taking the same streets I was taking. At first, I didn't think of it as that big of a deal, just someone probably taking the same road to get home. I took the turn-off down the back road that I usually use to get onto the long old highway, and the car followed. At this point, I was still not too suspicious, but I never like to have people follow me too close behind at night, as their headlights were blinding in my rearview mirror. I turned one more time, and the car still followed behind me. Now I decided to speed up a bit, put some distance between us, and give me my sight back. As I began speeding up, so did the guy. Now I was beginning to feel worried. Why was he trying to keep up? For some reason, I didn't think he might be a cop. I'd take corners full speed to try and get this guy off my tail, and eventually, when I realized I'd reached 90 miles per hour, I slowed down to see if he would pass me. He simply slowed down with me and continued to follow along behind me. At this point, there were a few stories from Let's Not Meet running through my head, and the thought that this guy was following me home had me terrified. There's nowhere safe to pull off the road for miles here, only small farms and such around. So, I just kept along until I saw another car ahead of us. I decided to try and pass and put the car between myself and my stalker. As I passed the car quickly, I turned into the lane again, only to see the guy pull in right behind me. At this point, I decided that as soon as I reached the next turn, I would pull into the old post office on the corner. No one was in the building this late, but there was always a car or two parked outside, and they left all the lights on. I got to the corner and turned on my turn signal. I noted that the guy's turn signal was on and going in the same direction I was. I suddenly booked it in front of the building, and the guy quickly turned in the opposite direction. I just sat at that spot for a few minutes, watching to see if the guy would come back. I did not want to go home if he did. A few other cars passed by, and eventually I drove home. This was probably the single scariest moment of my life. To this day, I am still scared when people start tailing me too closely, and I always watch the cars behind me to see if they are going the same directions I am. Hello everyone, SinisterShaf here. This story was I Don't Want to Know What He Wanted to Do by CastielCam. Thank you for letting me narrate your story. Also, I have linked their YouTube channel down in the description below. If you liked the video, then please remember to like and subscribe if you have not done so already. Also, if you can, please share this video with your friends. Thank you for watching, and, as always, stay sinister.